everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So this is a continuation for Sherry's order. So yesterday you saw me do those 4 triple bloom coasters, which I have right here, one of them for Sherry. She wanted these done with the clear backing with the crystal, crushed crystal inside. So last week you also saw part of her order, and she had ordered a little bathtub in pale purple with shimmer, this crushed crystal in it. So she now wants me to make her a tray with some small handles. I have my handle mold out in the purples, but the twist to that is she wants a triple bloom in the center. So that's what I'm going to do right here. So we need to do this in a couple layers, and I'm going to be using a couple different resins. So the first resin for the bloom that I'm going to be mixing up is, of course, my Fast Cure heated to... well, yesterday I heated it a little hotter than I wanted to. So I'm going to go between 94 and 95 degrees Celsius, or no, sorry, 34 and 35 degrees Celsius, which is I think 95 or 96 degrees Fahrenheit. And once that gets heated, which it'll heat quicker because I have to mix 20 ounces. This tray was actually gifted to me in one of those boxes I just received not too long ago. And I have a couple trays, and I showed her the pictures of the ones I have, and she chose this one. So this is the biggest one that I have, and this thing holds a massive amount of resin. It holds like 36 ounces, probably 40 if you have to top coat it or back coat it. So we're starting with 36, but the first layer I'm only going to do 20 ounces because the first layer is going to be the bloom layer. So I'm going to mix my resin, get all the bubbles out with my vacuum chamber, and then I'm going to be dropping the alcohol inks here in the center just for where the bloom's going to be. So the 3 flowers are going there, and then I'm just going to let it cure, and then the back coat is when we'll put the crushed crystal in there. I don't think we're going to put any color in the back. Well, no, I take that back. We are putting color in it. We're trying to match the bathtub, which had a pale shade of this one. So I had used purple by Let's Resin. So I'm going to use the exact same one, just in the backing, pale shade of purple with the crushed crystal. So that's the vision for this tray. So let me get some resin mixed up, vacuum chambered, and we're going to get started. It has come to temperature. It is 36 degrees Celsius, which is 97 degrees Fahrenheit, for those of you who need to know that. And I'm just going to pour it in. Almost all of it. I am saving some back for the, gotta find a stick, for the white. I use Ocean White by Let's Resin for the actual petals. I'm going to try to do this the best I can without making bubbles. I mean, some are going to happen, but we'll get them out. It's got to be gentle, but this is a pretty shallow layer, so the bubbles will surface quickly and we'll pop them quickly. So once I get this in, I'm going to drop the alcohol inks to see how they're going to spread. And then I'll mix up my white and pipe our blooms. I'm excited. I'm nervous. This is a lot of resin to waste if I don't do it right the first time. So yeah, no pressure, right? Except these will be in purple. I picked 3 shades of purple for her. These are not matching the blue coasters that she ordered. So this will be a little bit different. Last time I didn't save quite enough, but I'm only doing 3. So I don't need to save as much this time. I'm sure I'll have left over. All right, let me wipe my hands. I'm going to spray it with alcohol across the surface because I'm only going to be dropping my alcohol inks in the center here. So I don't want to wait until after. There's a bubble right there, sticking to the bottom. I think I'm going to go around this edge, dislodge any bubbles that might be hiding out on that 90-degree angle. They do like to hide there. I don't see any, but I don't want to take any chances. Or I'll be trying to fix stuff. There's some on the bottom. And that's probably from me scraping. I want to do this all now before it gets the color in. Because then I don't want to be picking inside the resin. Yeah, there's a bunch of bubbles right here in the center. If I can get them up off the bottom and get them to the surface, they won't be a problem. But with all the sparkle dust in here, you probably would never see those. They're so tiny. But I don't want to take a chance. If I see them, I want to get rid of them. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my inks. I think I'm really just gonna do, well, I guess one right there. A couple drops of each one. Let me shake these. I'm just going to kind of watch it, see what it does before I do want more of this one though. I want to get them to make sure that they touch each other so the bloom comes together. All right, let me mix up my white while I'm waiting for that. And I don't have a formula for my white. It's always a different amount of resin that's left, so I basically just drop a drop at a time on my stick until I get to the point of just too opaque. So the lighter your white is, the lighter your petals will be, and you might end up seeing right through them if you do it too light. As soon as I get it right, I'm going to do one more drop. I'll show you it on my stick. So this will probably be good, 2 drops. Yep, I'm happy with that color. I'm just gonna get it in my piping bag here and start piping me some flowers. I'm sure there'll be leftovers. I've got to wash my hands off. They are so sticky from touching all these cups. Let's see, do I want to change anything on this? Oops, I just dropped something in there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swirl these together. That's the only change I think I'm going to make. I might put a little more dark in. Which one was the dark? That's the question. Oh no, I don't remember. Let me do it. Oh, okay, this one. A little dark. Oh, was that the wrong one? Yes. Oh well. Oh goodness. I meant to do the other one. That's okay, it'll be pretty. What do I want to do? I want dark. I want that little dark one. I guess it's this one. Because it's going to be such a light background, I want to be able to see these petals. All right, I say we pipe. Find my scissors here. I just squash it all the way down to the center, or to the bottom. Wrap it really tightly so it has a nice amount down there. I'm gonna cut the back off. I don't like that sitting there. All right, are we ready? Please work. I want them large enough that they're going to touch each other. I think that's good. I'm going to put this back in my cup. We'll make some marble something or other out of it. I'm just going to take my little dotting tool here and draw me some petals. At this point, if you need to pop bubbles, I use my torch, or you can use a long neck lighter. No more alcohol spraying, or you will ruin your blooms. I'm just going to let it sit for a minute before I swirl the center. Sherry doesn't want anything in her centers. She's kind of like me. I don't like stuff in my centers unless I absolutely have to, after demold, to fix something. I love to see the center swirl on a bloom. Especially if it's a good one. All right, let's swirl them up. And that's it. Torch it, or it's thick enough. Mine is thick enough. I think that a torch will be safe without ruining my mold. Let's pray I don't ruin this mold. It's the first time I'm using it. But you definitely want to keep these bubbles gone, especially on your bloom, or you're going to get lacing on your petals. So I'm going to do that a couple of times. I'll put you on a little time lapse. How's that? I mixed up 18 more ounces. This is my epoxy resin, just because I was going to pour it so deep in this cup and put it through the curing machine this deep, but I first want to, I guess I could set it on there, it's fully cured, so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the same purple alcohol ink that I used on her bathtub, and then I will add crushed crystal, so it's going to take quite a lot more than the bathtub did, but we just want a tint of purple. She doesn't want it too purple. And since her bathtub's not here, I have to kind of guess from my memory about how purple it was. The problem is, this is deep, and I know, see, it's like clear. Put it on a, yeah, it's still clear on here, so it's gonna take a lot more than that. And then we'll add crushed crystal. I'm gonna try to run it through my vacuum chamber in this cup. I don't know what's gonna happen, if it's gonna boil over or not. I guess I could split it up in a whole bunch of cups, but I think the crushed crystal is gonna take away most of the bubbles from seeing them, but I'm going to run it through just to see what happens. If it can handle a cup this deep is a good question, because I've never tried to put that much resin in. This is so hard to gauge. Still barely anything. Because this is not going to be this deep, obviously, in the mold, so it's definitely going to be... Maybe I'll pour a little bit on the back before I do that. See what it looks like. I'm clearly making a ton of bubbles that I do not want in here. Let's see. Yeah, it's getting there. It's still pretty clear. You can barely see it, so I'm gonna keep adding a little more. It's so deceiving when it's in a deep cup what the final product will be in a shallow tray. But I have to say, this clear on the tray, I don't see not one bubble. I think that's the best job I've ever done in not getting any bubbles. Okay, that looks good right there. See that? That's what we're going for. Now I'm going to grab some crushed crystal and put a little more than normal. Oh, my stick is stuck to the paper. All right, let's see here. gonna start out with less than I think, just because I don't know, and it's hard to see in here too. I know she likes it because we did the backing of her other blooms in this stuff. Oh, that's really pretty, but I think she really likes this stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. You just don't want to put too much in because then you will lose everything and just have sparkle. It is very, very strong. Look at that. See all that sparkle? That was 2 tiny little tips of that stick there. I'm wondering, see, I don't even see bubbles. I don't even think I'm gonna run it through because I don't see them now because of all the crushed crystal. I'm gonna pour a little bit and see what happens. Let me get this all wiped off. All right. Let's just see what we see. Oh, is that pretty? I also have to pour the handles, the 2 little ones. I'm gonna do that last, just in case I don't have enough. It should only take 16 ounces. I should have extra, but who knows if I measured properly or not. This thing is way deeper than it looks. Way deeper than it looks. Let me see what we got here. It's pretty full. I'm just gonna pour these before. I mean, I'm happy with it if that's all I have, but I wanna make sure these handles get poured. I've never used this handle mold before. I think I have 2 of them. I had one and I think somebody gave me one. Actually, yes, I had one and this one came with this tray. The same person that gifted me all these things gave me this one too. And hopefully, I don't know, I've never seen these handles poured before. Now I'm wondering what the tops are gonna look like. So if they're not good, I'm not gonna use them. Because we were going back and forth on it anyway, whether she wanted them or not. But I'm wondering what the tops are gonna look like. Flat like that, I don't know. I'm just gonna pour the rest in here. I mean, I'm wondering if I could probably dome the top of them with UV resin when they come out if I don't like them, but I don't know. This is going to be really pretty. Now the blooms I don't know about. The one acted a little differently. Sorry about that little video of it trying to bloom, but I needed my phone, so I had to cut you off short. That's why you didn't get to see a whole lot of that. I'm just gonna take my alcohol spray. I do not want to torch this. And I'm just gonna pop the bubbles on the surface here. Oh, that is domed perfectly. So 18 ounces and then 20 ounces. So this took 38 ounces for that and the little handles. All right, now we wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this. Gosh, I hope it's as pretty as I think it is. We'll see. I'll show you the 3 extras that I just unmolded. So this is the before. So then I'm gonna finish these for the end of the video. I got some trimming on this one to do. I definitely over poured it. And we'll do a couple keychains. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do if this should be a keychain. It's kind of in between a large pendant, which somebody might like a large pendant, and a keychain, but I don't know. So that is the fronts that you're gonna see. These are the back. Marbled pretty decently. I like the fronts a lot better. All right, I will see you at curing, at demold, not curing. All right, everything is cured. Now I did take these handles out and I don't like them and I don't think she should put them on, but I'm gonna let her decide. And the reason being is the mold obviously is flat on top. So you can't get a nice rounded top. You have this like jagged edged top. So what I did is I took some UV resin and flooded it, which it made it rounder, but now you can kind of feel the edge on both sides where the resin is. I did them both, but I don't like either one of them. They don't feel nice on your hands. And I know you're supposed to stick them into the resin, but because we're doing this upside down, I was gonna have Dawn drill a hole and screw it up in there from the other side. But I don't think these are gonna be good. I have these glass ones. I don't know if she's gonna want, or I might just go pick some other ones up if she wants handles, but I don't think those are the best choice. Anyway, here's the extras. I put a 3D flower onto this and made a pendant out of it. And then I did 2 keychains. Dragonfly with the little bird charm on there. And 2 butterflies. So those came out pretty good. Let me move these out of the way so we can get this unmolded. Okay, it is cooled down. I think I'm going to do it like this. This is one big piece of resin. This is hopefully, gosh, I hope this is nice, because this is a lot of resin to not be nice. I'm gonna peek first. Oh, it's not that bad, you guys. Why is it sticking? Okay, look at that. So how in the world did 2 flowers come out good? Well, good. This one did not even finish blooming. And it looks completely different from that one. Those are pretty cool though. Man, I wish that one was like right here and that way. I like it. What do you think? I mean, on the desk you could see the purple color because of the white paper. So what do you guys think about it? I wonder if there's something I can do to the center there. I wonder what these would look like. I don't know. I don't know if I like those on there. They're not fancy enough for this. Well, that is it. There's really no trimming. Not much. I might just file this edge down with a little file like this just to get that little edge off so she doesn't cut her finger on that little edge, but it's really not that sharp. But all in all, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that 3rd flower. I'm going to let her make that decision. All right, well, that's today's video, guys. I hope you like it. Maybe give it a try. And get you some final pictures like I always do. There may be handles or there may be not. You'll have to wait and see. All right, you guys, you have a blessed day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.